I know what you're thinking. Rachel, where have you been? Let's see. What happened in February? We turned 30, crammed for our state exam to take it again, part two. Failed my state exam again. Got chest pain at 30. It's been an interesting end of winter going into spring. So, as I'm trying my best to sprout out of what feels like this like layers and layers of ice, oof. We're trying our best to tap back into that optimism when we're not feeling so confident, you know? And I always like to say, as a marriage and family therapist, when you're working with a type of modality called IFS, that parts work, we always say anger is such a protective feeling to some more vulnerable feelings. And a lot of you know, being a marriage and family therapist, preparing for state exams in any circumstance, whether you're trying to be licensed in your career, whether you're trying to graduate school, whether you're trying to prepare for a new, adventure per se, it sucks when you have to do it again and again. I've been challenging a lot of my anxiety towards sense of purpose, sense of value, and it's so normal. I wouldn't be human if I didn't say human things. And I definitely let that moment of, oh, I failed again, take over. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I think we're all naturally doing that these days. I don't know if it's just because we're getting older and we're sitting with this, I don't know what to expect in this next chapter, this next age. And there's that normal outside, I don't want to say opinion, but almost like excitement for us. You know, it comes with good intention, but sometimes the delivery is just not what we need, or the attention's not really what we need because we're feeling so overwhelmed. So having that approach of what's next? What's the next goal? What are we doing? Surviving. One, working always. We have bills to pay and we have to be a responsible adult in society. But there is that big part of me that's disappointed. Again, naturally as humans, we go with the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Should I have done XYZ? Could I do XYZ? What are the options? I know I'm not alone when it feels like we're limited in what those options are. I almost feel like we're sharing this feeling of uncertainty. Coming out of winter, there's this excitement of spring. What are we going to create? What do we want? What do we need? And tying into the previous full moon, full moon, blood moon, worm moon. Even if you don't want to do the hippy dippy shit with me and talk about the moon, look at it almost as just routine every month. What are we letting go of? What no longer serves us? What do we no longer need? And can you allow yourself to let go? Let go of what's comfortable. Let go of what we're holding on stubbornly. Am I using that word right? Stubbornly. It's very difficult to let go when there's a lot of fear of, well, what am I preparing for? And I don't know what that looks like. Again, I know I'm not alone in this thought. It's been a very interesting new year going into the spring. I don't know what to blame. I don't know whether it's to blame the high amount of stress. I don't know if it's to blame just the shared anxiety because we're all on a social media platform where everyone shares their opinions all day, every day, and there's no shared sense of peace, no shared sense of confidence, no shared sense of trust. And I felt that for weeks. In myself, in my peers, even in my job sometimes. And I know what you're going to say, Rachel, you work in mental health. Yeah, I work in mental health. And we're all feeling some sort of way. And people forget that I work with all different types of people, and I purposely look for diversity because, one, I gotta work. I'll do the job. Gotta pay my bills. But there's even that part of me that's curious. What sense of diversity is out there? Because if we don't tap in that curiosity of what's out there, we don't know how to work with it. So as a marriage and family therapist, as a peer, as a person, embracing all the different types of diversity, again, we are all sharing this sense of uncertainty, unsure, unconfident. But we all still have to try. We all still have to try. No point in giving up. You can take a break. I know I have to at some point. Everyone keeps telling me, Rachel, when's the last time you took a day off? That whole week I took to study. Sitting with failure sucks. It sucks. I saw a clip of some kids movie. I think it's Meet the Robinsons. And there's that snippet of, you failed. Congratulations, you failed. It's amazing that you failed, because if you don't fail, you won't learn. You won't try again. But that aspect of trying again is very hard to wake up when you have a consistent feeling of doubt. Rachel, where's that doubt coming from? Comparison? And again, I think we're all sharing this. We doubt ourselves because we compare ourselves. We have the opportunity to see so many things, witness so many things, share so many things, connect over so many things, but it doesn't always feel authentic, and there aren't enough appropriate boundaries to understand that we're all not supposed to be the same. We're all not fighting for all the same things, but we can share a general aspect, but you have to tailor it to your needs. So, am I doubting myself in my career? A little bit. Am I going to give up my career? Probably not. I really do enjoy working in mental health. I work with so many interesting people and so many interesting clients, and I can't not do this. I give off some sort of vibe that makes people feel comfortable to tell me their secrets. Happened today in the grocery store. I was just trying to pick out potatoes. But there's something about me that people are just like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, good to know. Good to know. But I'm definitely learning too that I have to implement my own boundaries, as I say to myself, to my friends, to my clients. It's so easy to get caught up in the overwhelm. It's so easy to get caught up in the panic. It's so easy to get caught up in what we quote unquote should be doing. But when we plan, prepare, and execute and things fall short, we're not always sure how to pick up and keep going. I sat down the last few weeks and I started another planning period. At the same time, I tapped into parts of me that were, frustrated. Why am I planning again? Why are we doing this again? What's the point? But we're always going to be doing this. It's called living. I've almost failed with every aspect. I almost didn't graduate college. I almost didn't graduate my master's program. I almost didn't finish my internship. And it's not saying it was my fault. It's not saying it's anyone's fault. It's just how the cards fell. Because things happen. Without getting into too much detail, obviously. I started my master's program and COVID happened and we were locked down. That changed a lot of aspects of just the dynamic of how I learned, the dynamic of what was taught to me, the dynamic of how things adjusted and how they're not really readjusting. And the outcome's different. The world of mental health has changed. I see it working with young adults. School dynamics have changed. I almost see it in my friends. The way we approach media, news, preparation has changed. It almost feels like there's this layer of panic over everything. It's almost gotten to the point where even if I try my best to implement boundaries, I almost feel guilty. Guilty for leaning into, dare I say, my privilege. Rolling my eyes at the same time. It almost feels like it's become exhausting to participate on social media, to participate in the general public, to be a part of a platform where we can all share our opinions, but you're losing sight at these are our opinions. Silly girls, silly thoughts. This is you sitting in my head. This is you sitting with my process, my reflection, my theories. And you don't have to take what I say for 100%. You are your own person. And I believe we've lost sight of that. And I'm going to tie that in also to the full moon, because I think something I genuinely want to let go of. I want to let go of social media so bad. To the point where I don't even want to be part of it anymore. Social media has become so overwhelming from so many factors that the marriage and family therapist in me, the curiosity in me to understand the outside systemic view of how does the outside world factors affect small parts? How do small parts work in ways that almost mirror what bigger things are happening outside of us? Stick with me. These are my silly thoughts. Because I see change in myself, in my own family, in my community, in the country. And just like a full moon, every time the month changes, there's change. With change comes fear, comes resistance, comes excitement. And change can be implemented within our control. And there's change that's outside of our control. There's change that we participate in, whether we associate it to a group or not. There's change that happens overnight. There's change that doesn't happen until later on. It's just talked about. But things are going to change. 24 hours, 28 days. There's always going to be change, night and day, time passing, and there's only so much we can control. A thought I had in my head was, it's hard to be patient when it feels like everything's moving so fast. And it's hard to sit with this sense of uncertainty of what am I supposed to prepare for? What am I supposed to work for when there are so many things outside of my control? How do we sit with that sense of peace, that sense of patience? What can I do right now that will satisfy me? What could I start as a foundation to prepare for later on? And again, what do I let go of to create space for new things? Because we can't hold on to everything. The closet is getting too crowded. As I say in yoga, every full moon practice, clean out the closet. But we've become such a greedy culture. I don't know if it's because this sense of panic. Well, if I don't have it, I'm not going to have it at all. And if they have it, I want it too. And we all have to have the same things, because if I don't have what they have, I'm not good enough. And what a shitty mentality. What a shitty mentality. If they don't have it, I don't have it. We can't all have it. But the stage is only so big and we have to share it. And all of us have different size closets, and we can only have so many shoes, so many sweatshirts, so many pairs of jeans. I hope you're embracing my metaphors. My silly thoughts. So, I don't know. Trying my best to practice my patience and telling myself nothing has to be perfect. We're not supposed to be. We're human. There's no such thing. No such person is perfect. And nothing on social media is ever perfect at all. It's all staged, it's all fake, it's all edited, it's all for show. And sometimes it feels like because of social media being pushed and pushed and pushed, and you hear the same news all the time, and the stress is almost amplified in ways that it takes away from the gratitude. Gratitude for what we had, gratitude for the experience. Dare I say, gratitude for the failure? Rachel, no. Yep. Trying our best to balance our silly thoughts. I should be proud that I failed, I think. Maybe. Because if I don't fail, I can't learn. I can't challenge myself to see what does serve me. What do I want? What do I need? And when I'm sitting with my clients and talking about the theme of fail, it's trying our best to tap into that sense of compassion. We can't go backwards. We can't constantly fester on the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but just like a video game, what did we learn to either avoid or come from a different angle or regroup, reset, refresh? But we still got to keep showing up. And we still got to try. I'm not giving up, and neither can you. How can I navigate what's in my control? It's in my control whether or not to participate on social media. It's in my control to communicate what I need. It's in my control to reflect on what I need in order to communicate what I need. Like all of us, it's that, how do we ask for help? There's almost a part of me that feels guilty. Oh my God, I sat with guilt last month. Guilty? Guilty for what? Guilty for asking for help? Guilty for not wanting to participate in things that I just can't. I can't. It's so hard to implement boundaries right now when it feels like social media and the world, things outside of our control, are screaming at me to participate. Well, if you don't participate, you don't care. And how could you not care? You belong to this group. What do you mean you're not going to say anything? You're not going to share anything? Oh my God, it's so loud. It's so loud. To the point where I almost feel guilty putting my phone down just to collect some sort of peace in order to refresh, reset, and regroup. And we shouldn't feel guilty about setting boundaries, but I do. How bad is that? I sat with the thought, last month. I sat with the thought of, am I breaking up with my empathetic self? I was raised to be this, care for other people, be a human, caring about other humans. How do you be a good human? And sometimes it's even exhausting trying to rally up what humans want to help each other when, again, we're all anxious about something. We all want something. We all need something. Are we all trying to get there? Are we all just yelling at each other? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about you. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. That doesn't mean don't be an asshole. If I see you and you're next to me and you need my help, I would be there to help you. But I can't give up my own help to help everybody. There's so many of us who are running ourselves exhausted, burning ourselves out, trying to be on top of, hey, but I want to be aware. I don't want to be ignorant. On top of, well, this matters to me. I can't not care. On top of, but what can I do in order to help? But there's so many demands that sometimes we forget about our responsibilities. And I'm my first responsibility. You are your first responsibility. We have to let go of this sense of, but we have to help everybody. And if anyone's making you feel guilty for not participating in things all the day, every day, all the time, what? How can we do this? There's only 24 hours in a day. When I became a marriage and family therapist, I came in with the intention to be excited and to be optimistic and to challenge, I don't know, existing behaviors in people, existing thoughts in people, because we've all been somewhere, we've all experienced something. And those of us who try our best to challenge those anxious feelings, anxious behaviors, past experiences, traumas, is there this hero complex? If I can do it, you can do it. We can do it together. Or is it just a sense of compassion? I don't want to see you get lost, because I almost did. And it's not worth getting lost in our own crap when we have the strength to accomplish it. We have the strength to stand up from it. You fall, you get back up. It feels like lately everyone's just been pushing us down. And I'm tired. I don't believe I lost my sense of value, and neither should you. We're not going to be perfect at everything. I know damn well I did not pass any college course perfectly, any high school course perfectly, but I'm still here. Shout out to the high school guidance counselor who was like, oh my God, you think you can make it into college based on these SAT scores? Bitch, I got 3 degrees. 3 degrees, a license to teach yoga, a license to be a marriage and family therapist. Not fully yet. It'll get there. Maybe. I've accomplished a lot. I should be grateful for what I've accomplished. You should be grateful for what you've accomplished. And if you're being consistently critical towards yourself, we're losing sight of things. Or you're just not trying. Our effort, maybe because I work with a young demographic that I'm seeing what the effects are on lockdown, because the effort to try, the effort to participate is low. Is it because we're so exhausted? Is it because there's so much media and things outside of our control, expectations, comparison that's hovering over our heads, taking so much of our energy that we don't want to try as much as we used to? Can we let go of that? Can we set better boundaries? Can we move forward? But if you can't let go and you let yourself get sucked in to all of that uncomfortable energy, I think we're going to lose ourselves. And that's no fun. I'm not in this life to be boring. I'm not in this life to be stressed out. I'm not in this life to criticize myself. My first relationship is with me. Why am I going to be mean to myself? Silly thought. How do we feel comfortable in the uncomfortable? I know you guys know I have all my hobbies. I have all my little trinkets and things to do. My partner was so kind to expand the garden for me. I got all my little seedlings starting downstairs. I'm going to start moving the cabbages outside. It's almost time. When you don't feel like you have control over something, where is your outlet to feel like you can tap into a little bit of confidence? I know we talked about the IKEA effect. Working with our hands plays such a big role in feeling confident, being able to create things, make things, see what power you have. And it can start small. Bitch, I'm making bread. I love bread. I love carbs. I make bagels almost every Sunday. There's something so fun to do that because I can make bagels. You can make bagels. You can make a drawing. You can make a garden. Who cares? Create something, make something, do something that just makes you feel like you're in control, to balance out aspects of our lives that we don't feel like we have control in, because we don't. It's okay. There's going to be things that happen in this world. There's going to be good and bad, no matter what. And yes, there, to a point, there is necessity to be aware. As much as I wish I could live in the woods, unbothered, off the grid, with my cats, it'd be great. Couple goats, But it's a fantasy. Maybe it'll be a old lady reality. Just have a little cottage off the coast, but it's our silly human minds to put everything into groups, to associate everyone to something. And to a point, no one has proper boundaries on social media. So it's like, well, we already know what you like. We know what you support. We know who you... All right. We're playing this game of what team are you on? What team is winning? And I feel like I'm back in high school trying to figure out what lunch table to sit at. But there's no seat for me over there. And I don't feel comfortable sitting over there. And I'm not in it enough to sit over there. So I feel like I'm just sitting in the bathroom with my lunch tray alone. Is that the safest ? Being alone? Is that what we're supposed to do, Rachel? Puts up so many boundaries that we're isolating ourselves so we don't get overwhelmed by everybody and anybody. Keep your peace. I don't think any of us are meant to be alone 100%. Again, I have my animals around me. I'm never fully alone. I don't want to be. I like my peace. I like my solitude to a point. But I'm a person that, I don't know, I embrace the energy of other people. I love teaching yoga. I got the opportunity to teach some classes this last month. Thank goodness. Whew. Being able to just share the space with other people and practice and laugh and just be selfish about the hour. Selfish about an hour of time to not think about anything but just how are we moving? Listening to jazz, because I love playing jazz during yoga. But we have to be selfish about our time and how we spend it. And if you're like, Rachel, selfish is a negative word, again, you got to be empathetic towards others. It's a balance. If I cared about everybody and their mother all hours of the day, I would run myself dry. I'd become empty, spread thin. It's not healthy. How do you recharge? What do you do to feel like you've reset? How are you being selfish with your time so you're not getting caught up in the chaos that's naturally going to happen no matter what? Things are changing. You can't stop it. You can be a part of it if you want to. And there are going to be things that are changing that we don't want to be a part of, but we have to. Stop pushing things on other people. This isn't about right or wrong. This isn't about whose team are you on. It's just, how can we be aware? How can we support each other? How can we reassure each other? How can we acknowledge that we all need something? And then we're almost jealous of each other because, well, they have it and I don't. How can you make it for yourself? Again, what's in your control? We've talked about this stubbornness in people. Well, I want it. I need it. I have to have it. If I don't have it, I'm not moving. Sometimes I'm worried, am I being stubborn? Am I staying in something that doesn't serve me anymore because it's expected of me? It's my responsibility. It's what I need. It's what everyone else is doing because I'm an adult and adults have jobs and sometimes I'm jealous of people who are able to take more risks. Am I not taking enough risks? Am I not tapping into that confidence of taking the leap? Am I not allowing myself to tap into the excitement and let go of my fear of what could go wrong and listen to the voice that says, but what could go right? What could go right for me, for you, for whoever? It's been a very long winter. But I'm looking forward to spring, which is so silly. I used to hate summer. I was laughing about this with a few friends not too long ago. I used to hate summer. I worked as a floral event designer, and summertime was the worst. Setting up weddings on the beach, in the middle of the heat, and the ocean's just teasing you from far away, like, ah ha ha, you're sweating and dying and you probably have heat exhaustion, but everyone's just swimming in the water, cooling off over here, and you can't, ha ha ha. But I fell in love with summer last year. I went to the beach. I swam in the ocean. I was selfish about my time. I volunteered to feel that sense of reward when I don't always get to see it in mental health. And we all need those types of outlets. As humans, I think we require a little bit of reward to give that bit of confident boost, to then charge into experiences that take a long time to see the reward, to see the outcome. Spending last year taking care of my own garden with my partner was such a great, it was a great tool to, one, bring us together, see how our strengths can complement one another. And we grew so much food. I'm telling you, hundreds of tomatoes, like you wouldn't believe. I'm still propagating basil from last summer in my kitchen. It's wild to see what we can create. And my dad told me that gardening is the best hobby for angry people, and y'all are livid with me, so we might as well just grow some food together. It would solve a few problems here in this country, low key. But that's just my silly veganism. Don't take it out of context, you silly people. These are my silly thoughts. My silly mood is gonna pass. I know that. I never stay sad for too long, but I definitely know that I'm tired. I'm hopeful, but we have to let go of what makes us tired in order to feel excited and looking forward to what's to come. You have to make peace with ourselves and compassion and challenge that inner critic, because we are good enough. We are capable. There are just some things that, right time, right place. It wasn't my time. I'm not at that place. Maybe you feel the same. But that doesn't mean I have to sit here and do nothing. So I'll do something. Something to keep me busy. Something to keep me occupied. At the same time, don't give up. Continue to work towards your foundation, slow and steady. I have a bad habit of getting really excited, really optimistic, really motivated. And if one thing doesn't work out, it feels like everything's crashing down. And that's not a proper foundation. You're allowed to feel excited. You're allowed to set goals, but take in consideration, again, what's within your control, what's outside of your control. What are you going to do this spring, my friends? What's on the list of goals? What are we trying to do? Who do we need to ask for help? Don't lose sight of your boundaries. Don't lose sight of what keeps you calm in the chaos, because not everyone's supposed to get caught up in chaos. You're going to lose sight of things. I can't lose sight of things. You can't lose sight of things. We got to keep our feet on the ground, people. Be better with our boundaries. We got to put all this energy into something a little bit more productive. So, goals to balance out our silly head, our silly thoughts. It's spring. It's sprung. We're gardening this season. Our little green beans are sprouting. We're growing cantaloupe. Don't even get me started on tomatoes. I got so many varieties. I'm so excited. I'm envisioning a trellis. There's things I am excited to do. There's things in my control that bring me a sense of peace, strength, reassurance, validation, and I know you have that too. You got to sit back with it. You got to explore it. You got to find your thing. My thing, your thing, they can be different. Even my friends who are baking bread with me, we're doing it at different paces, different times. We got different taste buds. The beauty of us being different and sharing the space, but we're all not supposed to be the same. Comparison is going to happen naturally. We're living in a country and culture of competition and hierarchy, but that's not going to change. Time and place with that crap. The yoga mindset is me, myself, and I sharing the space with my community, with respect to our differences. Because if we get caught up in the, You're right, I'm wrong. We saw it on Love is Blind. That season finale was horrible. We're just going to feel so separated. We're going to purposely make ourselves feel isolated. And I think that's what's really challenging us to want to try and participate. We need to be excited to put ourselves out there. If I have to do it, I think you can too. Let's tap into some confidence in the next few weeks. And hopefully I have some better thoughts to share. Less angry ones, but a little bit of irritation, a little bit of anxiety just lets me know that something big is coming. Change is coming. I just gotta wait and see what it is. My friends, I appreciate you for taking the time to listen to my silly thoughts. I hope my little moments of reflective questioning helps you prompt little questions in yourself. Spend some quality time with you. Try something new. And when you are refreshed, reset, and ready, we'll try again. As always, this is Silly Girl, Silly Thoughts. I'm your host, Mindful Body with Rachel B. Till next time, my friends.